This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, Mahesh.
Yes. So guys, I just want to clarify you before going to the session that if you feel the sessions are going like 40 minutes, 45 minutes in a day, because we are just going according to the topic. The same topic I can explain you slowly in a minute wise. Okay. So that is waste of time. So that is the reason why I'm just going. Okay, will be going according to the topic because if I extend one more topic on the same day, since you are freshers, you won't be able to understand it. So that is the reason I'm just going a bit slow.
Okay, Mahesh.
Yes, because if I just extend one of the topic, I can finish the training very quickly. That is, like beneficial for me itself because I can start a new batch directly, right?
Yes.
Yes. So just for your sake, just based on your understanding skills and everything, I am just explaining the sessions. So let me.
నేను తినేసి నేను గంట తర్వాత
So guys, today what we are just going to see is whatever we had seen in the session was how to transform the data from one format to another format and everything we had seen it, right? So what we are just going to today is whatever the 5 APIs which we had developed in the AnyPoint platform design center. Okay, those we are just going to develop it in today's session. So from today, it will be a complete project for 3 days, okay, where we are just going to develop those 5 APIs in today's session. And tomorrow, we are just going to import the project from the AnyPoint platform to Studio and integrate them. And day after tomorrow, we are just going to deploy the project into the AnyPoint platform Cloud Hub and apply the policies for them. Okay. So till now, what we had seen is in the AnyPoint Studio, how we can develop our APIs, how we can fetch the data from the database, and how we can transform the data from one format to another format, how we can transform the fields, how we can use the data wave language. These all things we had seen till now in our sessions. So let me create a new project. So we are just going to create a new project. And name it as an American WAS file. Since the American WS is nothing but since we are fetching the data from the American Airlines, so I had named it as an American. And in this project, we are just going to import from the AnyPoint platform design center to the AnyPoint studio. That means we are importing the RESTful web services, okay, and integrating them. So I had just named them as an American WS, American Web Services, okay, and click on the finish. It is resolving the metadata below. It is still resolving the metadata. So today what we are just going to see is in the first API, what we had designed in the Anypoint Platform Design Center was where we are just going to search it according to the destination parameter, and by using the query parameters we are able to fetch the data based on the destination parameters. So at the start, so we are just going to develop the same API at the starting point. Now, in order to listen the request and display the response in the browser, we just need the HTTP listener connector. I am just dragging and dropping it. So under this connector configuration, we are just going to click on this plus tab. So here we are just configuring the HTTP listener configuration where it will be able to listen the request and display the response in the browser with the help of port number and end path. And we are just going to click on OK. So the HTTP listener configuration had been configured over here. And we are just having the end path as in /American. So by using this same /American as our end path, I just want to call all these 5 APIs, whatever we are developing here in today's session, as our response. And I just want to use a get method in order to get the total data as our response. So here we had configured the HTTP listener configuration and we had mentioned /American as our end path, where we will be able to call a particular individual API as our response by using this end path, and we are able to get the total data as our response by using the get method. So now, in order to fetch the data from the database, as we know, we just need to use a select connector. So here under the database, these many operations are available. So here there is bulk delete, bulk insert, delete. So all these operations were persisting over here, but in order to fetch the data from database, we are just going to use the select operation here. I am just dragging and dropping the select connector, where we are just going to fetch the data from database. So under this connector configuration, we are just going to click on this plus tab. So here, as we know, we are just having these many database connections over here. And in it, since we had not installed any of the local database connections, and I just want to connect to this MuleSoft database, since the MuleSoft people are using the MySQL database connection in order to store their data, I'm just taking this MySQL database connection here. So whenever we are just going to connect to any of the database, we just need host address, port details, username, password, and the security token over the name of the database over here. So I'm just providing all these details, mudb.mulesoft training.com. 3306 is our port number. Mule is the username. Mule is the passcode. Training is the name of the database. So after providing all these credentials over here, we just need a jar file which will be acting as a bridge between this Anypoint Studio and this Anypoint platform. Anypoint Studio and the MuleSoft database, where it will be able to connect to it. So here I am just configuring the jar file over here from the add recommended libraries. So here the jar file had been updated over here. So this jar file is acting as a dependency file in between this Anypoint Studio and the MySQL database connection. If I test my connection now, the test connection is successful. That means we are successfully able to connect it to the MuleSoft database over here, and we are just going to click on OK. So we had successfully configured the database, and I am just start from American. So since there is an American table which is persisting under the MuleSoft database, and I just want to fetch the data from the total data from the MuleSoft database over here, I am just typing select start from American. And now, as we know, whatever the data which will be coming from the MuleSoft database is in the Java format. In order to display the response in the browser, we just need to transform the data into the JSON format. So I am just typing whatever the payload which is coming from the input metadata, I just want to transform the data into the JSON format and applying the logger at the end. So at the starting point, what I am just looking at, either we are able to fetch the data successfully or not from the American table. I am just looking at it and save it. So let me deploy this project. Since we had done it in the previous sessions, so I guess you are not having any doubts in it. If you are having any doubts anywhere, so you can ask me so that I can explain you in detail. Whatever the project we are just deploying here, my PC, my laptop is acting as my server over here. So our project had been deployed over here, and we can move the browser in order to check the response. Localhost colon 8081 / American is our end path. Let us check whether we are able to get the response or not. Yes, we are able to get the response over here. So now, since as we know, like I don't want to display this data as a response for the users. So already previously we had in the previous session we had created one of the file. Okay, I am just naming it as an American over here. And whatever the file we had created is in the JSON format. And since we are just picking everything as an example over here, so I'm just picking the JSON file, whatever we had created. Text.json is the name of the file, and I'm just going to select it. So I'll map it accordingly. Since whatever the responses I'm just getting from the input metadata, I don't want the responses in that format in order to display it for the users. So I'm just transforming it by using this mapping. So whatever the payload we are just getting from the code 1 and whatever the payload we are just getting from the code 2, I don't want to display it as a code 1 and code 2. I just want to display it as a code for the users. Whenever we are just mapping them, something is scripted on the right hand side in the data wave language in the 2.0 version. In it. From airport to origin, takeoff date to departure date, price to price, plane type to plane type, seats available 20 seats, total seats to total seats. So saved it. And let me check in the console whether we are able to. Okay, started American. So let me request it again so that I can check whether we are able to get the response in the expected format or not. Yes, we are able to get the response in the expected format over here. Instead of code 1 and code 2, we are just getting it as in code. Instead of to airport, we are just getting it as in destination. Instead of takeoff date, we are just getting it as in departure date. From airport to origin, airline name to airline, seats available to empty seats. So we are able to get this total data as our response. Now what I just want to search it according to the destination parameter by using the query parameters. That is what we had designed in the first API. So in the input metadata, how they had configured this destination parameter, they had configured it as a to airport. So I am just going to write an query over here that select star from American where to airport equals to destination. So why I'm naming it as a destination over here? Okay, because in this AnyPoint platform design center, when we are designing it, okay, we had requested it according to the destination parameter. So here also exactly in the same way, I don't want to request it according to airport. I just want to request it according to the destination. And here this query, in order to call these query parameters, in order to call the destination parameter by using query parameters, we just need to provide them in the input parameters over here. Under this HTTP request attributes, here we are having query parameters, URI parameters, and everything over here. So here, this destination, whatever I just want to call, since these query parameters are persisting under this attributes, at the starting point, I just need to call the attributes in order to call the query parameters. If I type control and space bar at the same time, I will be able to get a pop-up and all the operations in it. So here we are having the attributes. At the starting point, in order to call the query parameters, I am just picking attributes. From the attributes, when I type in dot, so all these parameters, okay, all the methods which are persisting under this attributes will be visible for us. So from it, I am just going to pick the query parameters. And by using this query parameters, I just want to call this destination parameter dynamically. So by using this destination parameter, I just want to call, by using these query parameters, I just want to call the destination parameter and fetch the values accordingly. So here, how this, under this HTTP request attributes, how these methods were persisting. Actually, from where we are getting these methods. So whenever we are dragging and dropping a normal flow here, this is an empty flow. So the structure of a flow is nothing but there will be a source message, message processor, and error handling in it. So whenever we are dragging and dropping the HTTP listener connector into the source message, so this source message will be able to pick all the methods from the HTTP listener connector. Okay. When we are moving for the message processor, they will be storing all those methods under the attributes. If you can see in the source message, there is nothing here under the attributes. But when we are moving for the message processor, we are just having this HTTP request attributes under them. So from where we are getting all these methods, we are getting all these methods from the HTTP listener connector. So the source message is able to pick all the methods from the HTTP listener connector, and it is storing them in the message processor under the attributes. Since all these methods were persisting under the attributes, so at the starting point, we had called the attributes. From the attributes, we had called the query parameters and this destination parameter dynamically. Any doubts in it? How we are able to see the HTTP methods under the attributes? Radhika, Sudhir, and Ram Mohan.
No, Mahesh.
Okay. So guys, if you are having any doubts, Ram Mohan and Radhika, just let me know. Interrupt me there itself so that we can move ahead.
Yeah, Mahesh, in the database, right? Always we are using the SQL query text. Instead of the query text, if you want to call any procedures or functions, is there any option for that?
Yes, if you are having any local database, okay,
Hmm.
you had installed into your PC, and if you are having the total access to it, you can go ahead with it.
But where is the
Because
option here?
select, okay, if we are going to perform the insert operation, so here what we will be doing, we will be naming it as an insert. Okay, so here, since we are not having the access in order to insert or edit anything in the MuleSoft database, so we are not going to perform it accordingly. And based on the project,
Yeah, Mahesh, I'm talking about the procedures. For example, if I have stored procedures in the database, so it should show
see, the
show what
procedures
are
also, you're based on the connectors itself here. If you can go for the database connectors, everything is related, okay, over here.
Okay.
Stored, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everything is related to the connector in this MuleSoft technology.
Okay. So now which connector you have used DB database only, no?
Yes, yes. Database only select connector I had used. Okay, in
Select
order to fetch
connector.
based on the
Okay, okay.
project, whatever we had
While
chosen.
drag dropping, so that time only we have to choose the processor kind of connection.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So here, let me save it and check whether our project is up and running over here or not, and let me request it. Now, if I am requesting it according to American, I am unable to get any data over here. So I am unable to get any data over here. So if I just type question mark destination equals to LAX. So here we are able to get this data. Previously, since we had not requested it by using the query parameters according to any of the destination parameter, so it cannot identify it and it had displayed the null payload for us. But whatever the API we had designed in order to search it according to the destination parameter. So if we are requesting it according to destination parameter, we are able to get the total data based on that itself. Only LAX data we are able to get it, as you can see here. Or else if you are just moving for SFO. Only SFO data we are able to get it, as you can see. Okay, if you are just moving for CLE. CLE data as our response. So in this way, you will be able to request it according to the destination parameters over here. Any doubts in this API, whatever we had developed? Radhika?
Yeah, as no Mahesh.
For every operation, there is one connector, right? For database. Mahesh? Hello?
Hello? Sorry, I'm in mute, so I'm just speaking. Forgot that. Yes, Sudhir.
My question was, for every operation, there is one connector in database, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for insert and for update, for delete.
Yes. Yes.
What about these functions like stored procedures is there, right? Triggers and all these, we have options, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Since that is what I said to Radhika, the process is same, the syntaxes were same, but since we
Yes, yes.
cannot edit the MuleSoft database here, okay. So what is the project we
Okay.
are just doing? The flights project, whatever we had designed in the Anypoint Platform Design Center, okay,
Okay.
that we are integrating
Okay.
it,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Mahesh. Okay.
So guys, can we go for the next API?
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay. So here, the next API, whatever we are seeing is, like in order to search it according to the ID parameter dynamically by using URI parameters this time. So whenever previously we had designed only a single API in a project. Okay, today we are just going to design 5 APIs. So I am just going to drag and drop the HTTP listener connector here. Under this HTTP listener connector, we are just going to name it as an /American as our endpath again. But whenever we are just going to use the URI parameters, if you remember in the Anypoint Platform Design Center as well, so in the resource name itself, we had called this ID parameter dynamically. Did you remember, guys? This slash symbol is used to call the URI parameters, and this curly braces are used to call this ID value dynamically. Did you remember that?
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay. Yes, under the advanced, we are just going to use a get method in order to get the total data as our response. So exactly in the same way, we are just doing it. And now, whenever I am dragging and dropping the select connector previously, it was throwing an exception in the HTTP listener configuration. But now why it is not throwing any of the exception in the HTTP listener configuration? Because if we are just creating any of the configurations, those configurations will be persisting under the global elements. So here the HTTP listener configuration, the database configuration, everything is persisting over here. So these configurations are reusable. If once we had created the configuration, we can reuse it a number of times. If you are having any doubts, if you can click on this edit tab, just a moment, test the connection. Sorry guys, sorry for that. So here, once we had configured any of the configurations, okay, the configurations were reusable over here. Okay, we can reuse them a number of times as we had tested our connection as well as per now. Okay, so exactly in the same way, this select configuration as well. So this database configuration as well, since we had previously configured it, so if I drag and drop this select connector, okay, the database configuration had been configured automatically since we had created it previously. Now we can test it.
Mahesh, where those reusable configurations will be stored?
In under the global elements, as I had shown you,
Sorry?
under the global elements here, database, HTTP. We had configured them in the previous API, right? Hello, Sudhir? Sudhir or Ramon?
Yes, Mahesh. Sudhir.
Okay. So from here we are
Under
reusing it.
configuration.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here, yeah, select star from American where ID equals to, since I just want to name it as an ID, since I named it as an ID in the Anypoint Platform Design Center as well. So I'm just naming it as an ID. And this ID, I just want to call it by using the URI parameters. And since the URI parameters are also persisting under these his attributes over here, so I'm just calling these attributes at the starting point. From the attributes, I'm just calling the URI parameters and ID value dynamically. Same like exact like destination parameter, we had queried it, but this time we are using the URI parameters. That's it. And under this transform message connector, since we know that whatever the data we would be getting, that data I don't want to display it as our response for the users. So in the defined metadata, previously we had configured the American. So if I click on that file name, automatically it will be picked and we can select it and transform the fields accordingly. Code 1 to code, code 2 to code, airline name to airline, to airport to destination, from airport to origin, takeoff date to departure date, price to price, plane type to plane type, seats available to empty seats, total seats to total seats. And applying the logger at the end, exactly in the same way. So we had saved it accordingly and our project is up and running over here. So our application had been started and we can move the browser in order to check the response. This is the first API. Okay, whatever we are requesting. American is our end path, but we are using query parameters here. Okay, we are able to get this data as our response. And exactly in the same way, if I am requesting it according to third ID /3, we are able to get third ID as our response by using URI parameter. This slash is nothing but URI and 3 is the ID. If I am requesting it according to 10th ID, 10th ID as our response. In this way, we can get the values dynamically as our response over here. So any doubts in it for anyone, guys?
No, Mahesh.
Radhika and Ramohan?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Mahesh.
So guys, if you're not having any doubts, we can move to the browser in order to check. Yes, yeah. So here, now we are just going to design post method, delete method and put method. since we cannot make any of the changes in the mules of database here, we are statically configuring these messages over here at the starting point in order to differentiate the methods. I am just naming it as an /America as our end path and using the get method in order to, using the post method in order to post that message. And I am just using the set payload connector here. Under the set payload connector, whatever the data we are configuring, that is in the JSON format previously in the Anypoint Platform Design Center. So the same message I am configuring it here. Slides added, but not really. And whatever the message we had configured is in the JSON format, so I just want to change the MIME type to JSON. And applying the logger over here. So why I had named it as an America over here, not as an American, because in order to show the difference between them. Okay. So here it is saying so here it is saying method not allowed for endpoint over here. Okay. That means the post method cannot be displayed as our response for the users. Only the get method will be displayed as our response in the browser over here. So we can move to the browser in order to check the response. Sorry. So there is one of the tool called Postman. If we type Postman for Chrome in the Google, so if I just click on this first link, here launch app or install app will be available for us. The install app is nothing but if you had not installed this Postman, so it will say install app. Since I had already installed it, it is saying launch app for me. So if I am just naming it as a question mark, destination equals to LAX. This is the first API, whatever we are requesting. Based on the LAX parameter, we are getting the data as our response here. Okay. And if you are just moving for the second /5, we are able to get fifth ID as our response. And if I am just moving for America as our end path, and here we just need to choose it as a post method. Okay, message flights added, but not really. We are able to get it. So there will be differentiation with the methods. So only the post method is used to display the message response for the users by using the service orchestration. So it cannot be displayed directly as our response in the browser. And here I just need all the endpath session / American. I'm just naming it as an American. And our application had been started. So again, I am just choosing / American as our endpath. This time I am just using the delete method. Since we cannot delete any of the records from the MuleSoft database. Okay, I am just configuring the message statically again. After deleting the message, what is the message response? We just need to display it for the users. And this data should be in the JSON format since we had configured them in the JSON format. So I'm just saving it in the JSON, applying in logger. Save. Okay, let me check whether our project is up and running over here or not. Our application had been started and we can move to the browser, we can move to the Postman. So this is an post method, and if you are just moving for the delete method and typing / American as our endpath, flight is deleted but not really. If you are going for the same thing for the post method, send the request, flights added but not really. Exactly in the same way, we are just going to develop the put method as well. / American, we are just using it as our, and I am just using an put method. Here, under the set payload connector, since we are just configuring a message in the JSON format, message flights updated but not really. So in the JSON format, we had saved them, flights updated but not really. Under the logger, we are just applying the payload in it. So we are just moving with the Postman and using the put method, send the request and get the response. Okay, it is ready. Okay, flights updated but not really. We are able to get it as our response. If you are moving for post method, flights added but not really. If you are moving for delete method, flights deleted but not really. If you are moving for get method, /9, we are able to get it according to the URI parameters. And if we are using destination equals to link, So whatever the 5 APIs we had designed in the AnyPoint platform, we are able to get them as our response over here. Okay. Any doubts in it for anyone, guys?
Mahesh, what is the purpose of this Postman?
Postman tool is just used to display the responses by using different methods. Since the browser can be only used to display a message, browser cannot display all the methods as our response.
For different methods, we need to use Postman.
Yes,
What
yes. In
type of
order to
tool is this?
Postman, you can search it, okay, in the Google. The Postman is a tool which will be used by the softwares, okay. So many of the organizations will be using this Postman tool in order to check the responses.
Okay.
Just responses, okay.
Okay.
How our API is working, yeah. Radhika and Ramohan, any doubts?
Yeah, no, Mahesh.
Ramohan?
Hello?
Doubts? Okay. So guys,
No,
if you're
no.
not having any doubts, yes?
No, Mahesh, no.
Okay. So guys, if you're not having any doubts, tomorrow just complete this task, okay? I will just say in order to upload this video within a couple of hours or something, okay, into the drive. Just practice it before coming to the session, because we are just going to import the project into the same project, whatever we had done here. Okay. Sure. Thank you, guys. Happy night. Bye.
Okay, Mahesh. Bye.